operations, professional education and research foundation, and he is in charge of many institutions also. Al Fajr International School also is handling, and many more institutions are benefited by his knowledge. So today we are going to listen from him on brightening students' future, for which Maulana Muhammad Umar Sulaiman Sahib will be speaking. Brightening students' future. Yes, Umar Sahib.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Am I audible?
Wa alaikum assalam. Yes, sir. Yes.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ba'd. Alhamdulillah, I've been listening to Sheikh Jafar. He happens to be my ustad, my teacher. So Alhamdulillah, I was enjoying his beautiful words. And the highlight that I was obsessed with was his uh, the stanza where he said that the ones who are awake can only wake up others. How can a sleeping person awake others? So Alhamdulillah, that is a very good note to begin my lecture with. Inshallah, today I'll be speaking on building a student's future, the topic that I was asked to address. And today's session, inshallah, we will be having three important subtopics in that. To understand this topic, we have to understand uh, the fact that the teachers are also like doctors. The teachers are also like doctors in the way that the doctor rectifies the medical state, or looks at the medical status of the patients and then treats them. The doctors, they identify the medical state or the medical condition of the patient's diagnosis, and then he recommends a treatment. He does not recommend the same pill or the same tablet or the same medicines to all his patients. Based on the different patient, there is a different prescription, there is a different medicine that is prescribed, different operation, different surgery, different procedure, different food habits. Similarly, the teachers also are in a way doctors, where they look at their students, examine the students as to what they actually need, and give them those lessons. So one of the shortcomings, or one of the things that have been underestimated, or the value that has been undermined, is the fact that students, because they sit in the same class, or because the teacher has been teaching for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, some teachers tend to think that we just have to repeat what we have been doing for 2 decades, 1 decade, 10 years, 15 years in teaching experience, which is not true. As every batch passes, and if there are teachers here, Alhamdulillah, they will understand this. Every batch is different. Last year's batch is not like this year's batch. 2 years old batch is not like last year's batch. And the next batch will never be like this batch. Every batch is unique. Every batch is different. So today, inshallah, we'll try to understand the different types of students, a small comparison, because until we understand the students, it is very difficult to work on the rectification. Only when we understand what these students are and what is the background, what is the difference between this set of students and the old set of students. And one of the common statements or dialogues of all teachers is, "Unga காலத்துல நாங்கெல்லாம் எப்படி தெரியும் தெரியுமா? हम लोग जब पढ़ते थे हम लोग कैसा थे मालूम?" That is not a valid argument, because the zamana that you studied and the zamana that these students are studying are completely different. That is not something that is a good comparison. You cannot compare the studenthood of 2000 and the student of 2024. You cannot say in 1980s I was studying like this, so in 2024 you study like this. That does not really work in all cases. So how do we give the students what they need? So like a doctor, he first understands the patient, he first recognizes the patient, he first assesses the patient. Let us also try to decipher and try to understand what the student community is made up of, because until we don't understand that, we will not be able to give them what they need. So today, inshallah, the first part of my section is going to be about understanding our students. So I don't know how many of you are familiar with this. The world has classified people based on their year of birth. Based on when they were born, they are called a different generation. Let's for the moment forget the first three, generations mentioned here. I think the bare minimum, we will start with the millennial, because if you're teachers and most of you would be mid 40s, mid 30s, right? So let's start with the millennial age, because most of us would have been students during this period of 80 to 94. People who went to school during 80 to 94, they are called millennials, which is currently they are between 28 to 43. People who came after that from 1995 to 2009, they are called Gen Z. They are those people who went to school around 1999, 1998 until 2009. And currently they are 14 to 27, which is they are completing 10th, and they are in their higher secondary, or they are in colleges, or they have just joined the workforce. They've just gone for a job or taken a placement, started a business, startup, whatever, take up a job. These are Gen Z people. And then comes the major chunk of what you are dealing with. Those students who were born between 2010 to 2024. So if you're talking about school students until grade 8, whoever is in school belongs to the Gen Alpha, between 0 to 13 years. People who were born 2010 onwards until date. So majority, the vast majority of what you are dealing with is Gen Alpha, and the higher grades, grade 9, 10, 11, 12, college, first year, second year, third year are Gen Z. So what is the difference other than the date of birth? Okay, fine, they were born in different points of time. So what's the difference? There is a difference. So what exactly does Gen Z and Gen Alpha refer? What does it mean? How are they different from the previous generations? In the first half of my section, inshallah, we will talk about the characteristics of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. As everything, they also have certain things that are good. Also, they have certain things that are not so good. So we'll look at both the positives and not so positives, so that we understand their strengths and weaknesses. Whatever is positive is their strength that we need to capitalize on, and whatever is their weakness is the problem that we are diagnosing and we have to treat them for. So if you know these two things, when you go to the doctor, they will say, don't do antibiotics immediately. Let your natural defense mechanism deal with, right? Good doctors, what they say is, they don't give artificial defense mechanism first. They don't say, okay, immediately take antibiotics. They say, your body has a self-defense mechanism. Let it work first. If it is insufficient, we will go for further medicines. Similarly, they have certain strengths. Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they have certain strengths. So let that work for them. Let that be beneficial for them. And then whatever is supplementary, we will work on the minuses or the negatives or the weaknesses of the students. So let's understand the positives first. The Gen Z and the Gen Alpha, people from 1990 onwards, people who were born from 1990 until 2024, these two generations. Number one, they are tech savvy, meaning they are very good at technology. Very good at technology. If you ask the parent of today, people who are 30 plus, who knows to operate the mobile better? Who knows to operate the internet better? Who knows to search the web better? Is it they or their children? Who knows it better? Can we have some answers just to make it interactive?
Their children.
The children, right? They might be 10, they might be 12, they might be 15, they might be 18, they might be 6, but they end up operating the devices and gadgets much better than the parent. They are very tech savvy. When you give them a piece of paper, they say, no, no, I don't want it. I will write it on my mobile. I will take note on the iPad or the gadget. So many students who come to class, if you give them an option, whether you bring the notebook or you note down on your iPad or mobile or gadget, they will choose the latter. They will say, okay, I'm taking notes. Certain times we also, when we are in meetings or when we are, discussing something, we see this Gen Z, they are on their mobiles. We catch them. See, we are in a meeting. Why you are using mobile? Say, no, no, I'm taking notes. I'm taking points from this meeting. So they are tech savvy. They are very good at technology. Number two, they are socially conscious. They are socially conscious. What does it mean? They are concerned about the bigger problems in the world happening right now. For example, global warming, they will know what it is. Ozone layer depletion, they will know what it is. Deforestation, they will know what it is. Plastic consumption or plastic usage, by a non-biodegradable plastic, what is the harm of it, they will know. Not to heat food on microwave oven and eat it, they will know. They will know what are the things that cause cancer, they will know. Things that are globally making a difference. They are socially conscious. You will see them part of every such initiative where we are talking about global initiatives, save the tiger, save the planet, don't cut trees, whatever. So they are socially conscious about the larger world issues when compared to us. We probably did not know many of these stuff. These are people who are part of this. Who's Greta Thunberg? Who's Greta Thunberg? Have you heard this name? Do you know this girl, Greta? Have you heard this girl's name?
No, no, sir. No, sir.
Anyone? Okay, find this girl. She's a 13-year-old and she is a UNESCO and a UN representative for global warming, against climate change. This is a girl who started a huge campaign and she's become famous. She's, I think, Swiss by nationality. There are so many coming. Malala Yousafzai from Afghanistan. If you look at all these people, I am not going into the political part of it, but if you look at all of these people, these are activists, social activists coming out from these generations. We have very less in the earlier generations compared to the current generations. Someone is an environment activist, somebody is like, climate change activist, somebody is like, animals activist, whatever. These are people who are socially conscious about the world and they hold opinions. Most importantly, they hold opinions. We were like, okay, we are not connected, right? Let them do. Maybe they are doing something good, let them do. But these Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they want to get involved. They want to be part of the campaign. They want to be part of something good. For example, when the floods came, the Chennai floods came, when the people wanted help, these are the young people who went into the streets, who took the boats, who bought bread, who took help for the people, clothing, bed, shelter, all of this. So socially, these are conscious people who want to go into the field and be a part of initiatives. Third, adaptability. These are people who can adapt to quick changes because they are so like radical at changes. They themselves change. They get bored at things very quickly. So they want frequent change. They like frequent changes. So quickly they will adapt. They will adapt to any given environment provided you let them have the flexibility. Next thing is they are innovative. They don't want to go with textbook stuff. You cannot find them like writing definitions in your answer paper. If you ask them write this law, write that law, write the definition of this, they will rephrase what they understood in their own words. And this is a constant argument between the students and the teacher. நான் எழுதுனதுல என்ன தப்பு, நானும் கரெக்டா தானே எழுதுனேன், whatever I wrote is correct, right? Why you are reducing the mark? No, it is not like what it is given in the definition in the textbook. No, I don't worry about the textbook definition. Whether what I have written is right or not. If it is right, then why are you reducing mark? This is the youth. This is the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha. They are innovative. They rephrase those things which we thought like, we should not even put a comma or a dot or a hyphen. We used to memorize all the laws and the theorems and hypotheses line by line, word by word. Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. We learned this 30 years ago. We still, if you wake up in the middle of the night, we'll tell the same words without a change in the comma or the dot. But this generation says, I understood the concept. I will write in my own words. Don't ask me, it is not there in the textbook. These are people who want to break the norm, want to break the cycle and say, see, that is textbook stuff. I don't want to go there. As long as my answer is right, I want the marks. You should not. So this is a constant argument that the students have with the teachers. They want to be innovative. They want to create and recreate their own content based on what their brains conceive. Another good positive from the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha is they have the entrepreneurial spirit. If you ask them, what do you want to become? They won't say, like, no, I want to work here, I want to work there. Most of the students now, especially the Gen Alpha, they say, I want to start my business. I want to create a company. I want to manufacture something. I want to produce something. I want to do research on this thing. They have come out of the zone of, like, going to job, applying for a job. They are now talking stuff which is more self-employed, more entrepreneurial, more business generation rather than just being part of the workforce. A common struggle between the people who were 1950 born, 1960 born, and the current generation is that generation was very focused on government job. If you look at the people who are 50 plus, 60 plus, they would be very happy with the government job. They would want their children also to go on a government job because of the pension and the other benefits. None of the current youths, current schoolgoers, or the current college students, maybe not even a percent of them are interested in that. They all want to go private. They all want to start their own business. They all want to work as freelancers. They want to work on consultancy basis. They don't want to get stuck in one particular place. This is something that I would say technically it's a positive for the community. If the people want to become job creators rather than job consumers, it is a good sign for the community. We have to use this to our benefit. Also, the current youth is very good at multitasking, meaning they are very good at doing multiple things at the same time. You will see that they will be having a headset, they will be taking notes, they will be doing something else, they will be attending a Zoom meeting parallelly. If you see their computer, there will be like 15 windows open and they will switch and do multiple things at the same time, which means they are able to constantly switch between different things at the same time and do multiple things. A lot of the current generation is also health conscious. We did not know all this stuff when we were at school. We did not know calories. We did not know fat. We did not know carbohydrate. We did not know proteins. All we saw is in the grade 1, grade 2 book. We would see egg and meat and these are proteins. And we would see fiber and these are carbohydrates. So that is the only time that we remembered carbohydrates and proteins. But now, when a Gen Z or a Gen Alpha buys something, he turns the wrapper and say, "Oh, this has this much carbohydrates, this much sugar, this much fat, this much protein." So they are very health conscious. Whether they are living to the routine or not, it's a different thing. But they are conscious. They know what it is. And last but not the least, they are collaborative. If you give them a task, even if they don't know how to do it, they have the resources or the network to work with their friends, to work with their peers and get it done. They don't come back and say, "Ma'am, I don't know, ma'am, sir, I don't know, sir, can you please teach me?" They will figure it out. They will figure it out. As long as you have given them a task and trusted it, they will figure it out. They will read the internet, they will hit the Google, they will go to chat GPT, they will talk to their friends, they will talk to their network, WhatsApp groups, and they will figure it out or find it out. So these are the good things about the Alpha and the Gen Z. Let's go to the not so good things. Number one, they are complacent. Easy going. There is no problem even if I come late. There's no problem even if I am absent. It's okay if I miss the class. I will take it from the internet. I will learn from YouTube. So the very fact that they are tech savvy leads to complacence. When we were studying, one day when we missed the class, we used to borrow the neighbor's note, take it home, copy it, and come back and give. All of that is gone. Class miss is missed. Khalas. Whatever I missed, I will learn it from the internet. I will learn it from Google or whatever. Number two, for some reason, they're always in high stress. They're always in high stress. Anything that you give them as a tough task, as a laborious task, or a task with a milestone, they are highly stressed. If you look at them, you should be asking, in the very stress. At this age, why are you so stressed? What is people at 40, 50, 30 having children, wife, problems, salary, financial issues, they are better. But these children have no expectations upon them. Only that they have to study. Only that they have to attend school. If you look at them, they are stressed. Therefore, yesterday I was looking at a video clip where one schoolboy, he says it's very stressful. Schoolboy, he's saying it's very stressful. The person asked, the interview asked, what is making you stress at this age? You are grade 8, you are 13 years old. Illa sir, kalayila endrika solranga. They're asking us to get up early in the morning. So getting up early in the morning is a reason for stress. That was a habit for us. That was a normal human life for us. So they get stressed even at the smallest issues. Social skills are very bad. They are globally conscious about social things, but they don't know who their cousins are. They don't know who their aunts are. They don't know who their uncles are. They don't know how to interact with people of their mother's age. They don't know how to interact with people of their grandfather's age. For them, there is no difference between talking to a 20-year-old and a 40-year-old and a 60-year-old. They speak the same way. They don't have the differentiation in the tone that they have to use, the words that they have to choose, how not to deny a request from an elder person, how to take instructions. They teach everybody like their same age person, right? They are very blunt. Even if their grandfather says something or uncle says something, I have work, I have homework now, I have to go and study. They are very blunt. They don't have social skills, so they are not able to maintain relationships and what the relationship requires. The current generation is very impatient, very impatient. They give you homework, they submit homework today evening, they want, ma'am, what I wrote is correct or not. They send the image on WhatsApp and they wait. They put a question mark, ma'am, what I submitted is correct or not? Is my answer right or not? Yesterday was the exam, I want to know the marks today. Whatever in the workforce, as if you give them a job, they want immediate feedback. They want immediate appreciation. Ma'am, I did so many things. You did not say anything. You did not even appreciate. You did not even congratulate me, praise me. So they are looking for immediate feedback, immediate praising, immediate appreciation of their good work. Yesterday night, if they did something, today morning, they expect something. Even in the workforce, these people have entered the workforce. People have started teaching and they're just 3 months into the system. Somebody got a job as a teacher 3 months back. They come back and say, sir, 3 months are over. Can I get a salary hike? I did this, I did that. So they are very impatient. They want results overnight. Their attention span is very poor. They cannot focus on something for more than a few minutes. If you talk to them continuously for 20 minutes, you are a, they call what they call boomer uncle, right? You are very long. Anything more than 5 minutes, anything more than 3 minutes, they cannot focus, they cannot concentrate, they cannot continue to hear you, right? They cannot digest the fact that somebody is speaking for so long and have to sit and listen. Their attention span is very less. You look at the use case. Earlier, YouTube videos were 1 hour long, 1.5 hours long, 2 hours long. People used to sit and watch. Then YouTube introduced something called between 4 to 20 minutes. Short videos between 4 to 20 minutes. At least 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 17 minutes, people used to sit and watch. Now we are living in the era of shorts. Shorts, what is the duration of the short? Average duration of a short? How many minutes? How long does a short? 30 seconds. And that too, our generation Z and Alpha does not have the patience. They scroll it. The first 3 seconds, 4 seconds, if it does not attract them, move it up. Even 30 seconds, they cannot tolerate. They cannot focus on something that they don't like for even 30 seconds. That is the level of poor attention span that they have. Everything they want in abridged format. Small levels, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 1 minute. You have to give them the message. That is something that is a big disadvantage of the current Gen Z and current Gen Alpha. Then they get burned out immediately. You give them something that is 1 hour work or 2 hour work within the first 15 minutes, ma'am, tired, ma'am, my hands are paining, ma'am, my legs are paining, ma'am. Oh, I'm very stressed. After just now I finished the English homework, you are giving me Tamil homework. Just now I finished exam. Earlier in our times, we had to have two exams on the same day. Morning one midterm test, evening one midterm test, and in between there used to be 2 or 3 periods where the teacher will come and take the classes. And it was perfectly fine. Now, one small 10-minute test, they are tired. In the morning, 9 to 9:10, you give them a test. The remaining part of the class, they don't allow you to take. Ma'am, just now I wrote test, ma'am. I'm very tired, ma'am. I'm very exhausted, ma'am. No class today, ma'am. Right? They are burnt out very quickly. Privacy, they have very poor privacy skills. Whatever they do in their life, whatever they experience in their life, they want to share with the people immediately on social media. What they eat, everybody knows. Where they went, everybody knows. What their house looks like, everybody knows. Which bike they have, everybody knows. How they travel, everybody knows. What vacation they did, there is nothing called a privacy in their life. Everything they share on social media, they share on WhatsApp, they share with their friends. So they have very poor privacy skills. And this is what the parents face the problem of this, because they don't keep anything within themselves. The parents are the ones who are facing, you want to share Panalama, Vanama, Panna, why Sumar Pana, Sulirwana, like, we are on our edge always. We are always on our edge saying, should we share something with them or not, because they don't maintain any so-called privacy. They look for instant gratification, likes, shares, follows. Even on social media, they are very obsessed about the likes and the views of their content of what they post and what they upload to the internet. They want instant gratification, 2 star, 3 star, 5 star, right? They look out for thumbs up and emoticons. So they are people who are looking for instant gratifications. So now, having known this, let's go to the teacher's role to summarize quickly. Number one, induce patience and perseverance. These are a group of people who have no patience. They can't hold on to a job for more than 2 years, 3 years, 6 months. They want to move out. 6 months they want to change. They can't wait for long. For them, the definition of long is 3 months. If you ask them to come after 3 months, they'll say, oh, I have to wait for 3 months. It's so long, right? So they don't have patience and perseverance. They can't pursue the same goal for more than 1 month or so. If you say, okay, do this in 1 year, you will see the results. They can't wait for 1 year. Number two, induce stability. Make them stable. Tell them that you continue doing what you are doing and you will see the results. They don't have stability. They want to jump and change. Even subjects they change. Ninth, 10th, first they say, ma'am, I'll go for biology group. Then they say to ma'am, I'll go for physics group. No, ma'am, I'll go for business studies group. So even that is not stable in their mind. They keep on shifting the change, the decisions or the choices that they make. Number three, induce right priorities. Their priorities are very short-lived. They have very short-term goals. They want something tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Teach them that they have to think about the real priorities. What happens after 5 years, 10 years. Number four, induce emotional self-awareness, meaning they should be able to look after themselves. They need to know the environment around them. They need to know who are the people, what type of environment they are living with. They are emotionally completely not aware. They are not able to deal with the mental stress. They are succumbing to depression. They are taking wrong decisions in life. Teach them emotional self-awareness. Make them mentally strong. Tell them that every tough time passes by. So all that they are going through will also pass by and they will be able to overcome it. Teach them building physical relationships with their parents, with their siblings, with their extended family members, with their cousins. They are completely poor when it comes to building relationships physically. They might have 5,000 followers on Facebook. They might have 2,000 followers on Insta. At home, zero followers. Neither they follow anybody nor anybody follows them. They are good in the virtual world, but they're very poor in the physical world. Induce long-term vision. Make them think beyond themselves. They are very self-centric. It's only about me, me, me. I like this. I don't like this. It is my favorite. They don't care about other people's likes and preferences. Try to make them think about the larger good. induce social responsibility, that they are future leaders, they are future employers, they are future community leaders. They should develop the sense of responsibility where they take care of others also. Allow flexibility. They don't like to be binded by rules and regulations all the time. Let them be flexible, but in the direction that we want them to work. The flexibility should not be tightened. You should not say, this is the only method, do this method. You can give them options of methods to do something, but their focus should not change. Their objective should not change. Finally, entertain innovation. They are very good. They're very smart. Encourage and entertain and motivate innovation so that the world is a better place with all that they are coming out with. All technological innovation is in general good as long as the children don't get addicted and they don't lose track. So as teachers, these are our roles and our responsibilities with regards to these two generations. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the guidance to deal with them in a proper manner and let them benefit from us and our experience. Ameen. Sallallahu ala nabina Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah, Janab Umar Sulaiman sir. Lot of things you have shed light on the new generation, the alpha generation. So we people are not able to cope with the alpha generation, and they are not able to understand us, and we are not able to understand them fully. So very good light you have shed on these peoples, so that our teachers can take actions which are necessary. So nowadays the generation is tech savvy, and they are socially conscious, and their adaptability is more. They are more innovative, entrepreneurial in spirit, and multitasking ability, and health conscious. They are so various points you have noted down and explained to us. So our teachers will benefit from them. And what is lacking in them is compliance and high stress. Social skills are less, impatience, attention span is less, burnout immediately, and privacy is less, and instant gratification they need. So all these things are very important points which the Sulaiman Sahab has got it after a long period with the students. He is associated with the students, teachers for a very long time, and he is analyzing them. He is from the word itself, he is operational level. So when a patient is operated, he has to be examined properly, and then only he can be diagnosed and given the right treatment. So like that, Sulaiman Sahib has analyzed all the students and come out with such a beautiful presentation. So we expect more from Umar Sulaiman Sahib in future also. With this, we are ending this program. Subhanallah bihamdi, subhanallahumma bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Tomorrow again we will meet Sunday for Tamil program. Teachers are requested to invite their friends also, so that they are also benefited by this rich program.